Rapper A$AP Rocky's trial is expected to resume today with witnesses and detectives taking the stand. A$AP Rocky, whose real name is Rakeem Mayers, faces felony charges for allegedly firing a gun at a former friend.
It doesn't matter about what he said about the jury. That has no stop. That has no bearing on any decision I'm going to make.
Rihanna, our beloved queen, has been spotted looking devastated. And for good reason. Her man, her ride or die, her baby daddy/hubby, might be out of the picture for the next 20 years. Yes, you heard that right. A$AP Rocky's assault trial has officially begun. And from the jump, it's a full-blown circus, tea in court, and Rocky's legal team pulling out moves so slick that the prosecution is completely shook. Buckle up, because this case is already serving up scandal, strategy, and serious stakes. The streets are buzzing after Rihanna breaks down over A$AP Rocky's trial. Stay tuned, because the drama's off the charts for this one. The prosecution actually tried to cut Rocky a deal. They offered him a plea where he'd admit guilt to just one felony assault charge, get a suspended sentence, take some anger management classes, and do a little community service. Having it. He turned it all down, and now the internet is split. Some are calling him reckless for rejecting what they see as a sweetheart deal, while others say the whole thing is bogus, because he didn't even do it. And then, of course, we've got the Tory Lanez comparisons. Because if Tory got slapped with 10 years, some are saying things aren't looking great for Rocky. A$AP Rocky is in some serious legal trouble after allegedly pulling a gun on his own friend, A$AP Relly, who is actually a part of Rocky's own A$AP crew. You'd think this case would be a simple did he or didn't he situation. But nope, it's got more twists than a daytime soap opera. The internet is absolutely losing it over the fact that this trial is even happening in the first place. For those who aren't in the know, here's the backstory. A$AP Rocky and A$AP Relly's altercation. This whole mess started when A$AP Relly and Rocky got into it over some serious crew drama. Word is, Relly was fuming because he believed Rocky flaked on covering the funeral costs for one of their late crew members. And for context, before A$AP Rocky became the star we know today, he was just another member of the A$AP Mob, a Harlem-based collective of rappers, producers, directors, and fashion creatives who all rock the A$AP name. You know, A$AP Rocky, A$AP Ferg, A$AP 12y, A$AP Relly, and so on. But here's where things got messy. Since Rocky is the biggest and richest name to come out of the group, the crew naturally expected him to handle certain responsibilities, like footing the bill when tragedy struck. So when one of their own passed away in 2021, it was assumed Rocky would cover at least some of the funeral costs. But Relly? He was convinced Rocky had switched up on them and didn't pay. This led to a heated confrontation just a block away from the iconic Hollywood Walk of Fame. And then, things really escalated, because at some point, Rocky allegedly pulled out a bang-bang and pointed it straight at Relly. And guess what? There's CCTV footage backing up at least some of this. The clip shows Rocky and Relly getting physical, someone trying to break them up, and then, boom, Rocky whips out his pew-pew. But plot twist, the footage also shows him tucking it back in. So what really happened? That's the million-dollar question. According to Relly, the altercation didn't stop where the CCTV footage ended. He claims Rocky pulled out his weapon again and actually fired at him, with one of the bullets grazing his knuckles. But here's where things get really suspicious. Relly says he eventually got medical treatment, but not until he flew back to LA. And get this, he didn't even go to the cops until days after the alleged shooting. Now let's be real. If you get shot at and actually hit, wouldn't the first thing you do be, oh, I don't know, get medical help and call the police immediately? But waiting days to do both? That's looking real sketchy. And of course, Rocky's legal team is all over this, using it to argue that the whole story just isn't adding up. To make things even murkier, the best footage we have of the incident is grainy at best and doesn't even capture the full picture. So right now, it's all about the witness testimonies. And so far, Relly, the prosecution's star witness, is doing a terrible job of convincing anyone that Rocky actually shot at him. In fact, Rocky's fans are all over this, calling Relly not just a bitter, jealous friend, but a straight-up snitch. Apparently, instead of handling things like a man and keeping it in-house, Relly went and aired all their dirty laundry to the police. Fans are saying only a rat would do something like that. And guess what? Rocky's lawyers are totally riding this wave, using it as part of their defense. In fact, Rocky's lawyer Joe Tacopina made it clear in the opening statements when he said in court that this case is about one man's jealousy, which lies in green. This case is all about money. A clear attempt at extortion, period, end of story. A$AP Rocky's trial wrapped in controversy. And just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, here comes the jury drama. The trial kicked off on January 24th, and already, people are shook by how things are being handled. The jury is made up of 7 women and 5 men. But here's the thing. Not a single one of them is black. Fans online are absolutely fuming, questioning how in the world there wasn't one black person selected for the jury, especially when both the accused and the alleged victim are black, and the trial is happening in Los Angeles. It's kind of a big deal, right? And just to make things even juicier, none other than Reverend Al Sharpton has jumped in to voice his concerns about this wild jury selection. Posting on X, he said, "I have been closely in touch with A$AP Rocky's friends, and though I do not know the particulars of the trial, I do know he deserves to be judged fairly by his peers, as is his constitutional right. It is absolutely ridiculous that the jury will be not fair and representative so as to deprive A$AP Rocky of a fair trial. When we have 4 black people in the city of Los Angeles out of 106 and exactly 0 within the first 30 possible candidates for the jury, something appears to be very wrong with the system." But hold on, because it gets way crazier. The police investigation. Yeah, that's a mess too. Apparently, when Relly finally went to the cops, they checked out the scene. But surprise, surprise, they didn't find a single shell casing. Nada. But then, plot twist. Relly allegedly went back to the scene after the entire investigative team had searched it, and somehow miraculously found shell casings, which he then handed over to the police. How did the cops, who are supposed to be pros at finding evidence, miss it, but Relly just stumbles upon it? Fans are not buying this sketchy story at all. But here's the part that's got people really scratching their heads. Rocky turned down the plea deal. Yep, the prosecution offered him a deal, and most thought he'd jump at it. He's facing 2 counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, which could land him up to 24 years behind bars. But the plea deal? Well, it was tempting. Plead guilty to just 1 count of felony, serve 6 months in jail, get a 7-year suspended sentence, 3 years probation, 500 hours of community service, and anger management classes. A lot of people thought he'd take it, but he said nope and walked away. Interesting, right? People are split on this whole plea deal situation. Some fans are like, "Come on, Rocky. 24 years in prison is way worse than this deal, especially since he wouldn't even have to serve any jail time as long as he stays out of trouble. Sounds like a win-win, right?" But then there's the other side, with fans saying, "Nope, he's right not to take it. If he's innocent, he deserves his moment in court." And honestly, some are worried that taking that plea deal would ruin his career for good. One insider close to him even spilled to TMZ. This would effectively end his career because he would lose all of his endorsement contracts, including Gucci, Puma, the Met Gala, and no matter the outcome, they're already caught up in a whirlwind of scandal, betrayal, and courtroom drama. Let's see if Rocky can walk away unscathed, or if this trial will be his undoing. With cameras in the courtroom and the pressure mounting on both Riri and Rocky, it's clear this roller coaster ride is far from over. So, what's next for the couple? Will Rocky get the justice he's fighting for, or will this messy case drag on even longer? Only time will tell, but you know we'll be right here bringing you every twist and turn. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit thumbs up. Stay tuned, because this saga is just getting started. See you in the next video.